Welcome to Soup for the Soul. No portion of Soup for the Soul may be used without the expressed written consent of Kimmy Wyatt. This Soup for the Soul is called electronic stalking. 2 reasons they're getting away with it. Hello. I'm going to dive right into this, you guys. I had posted something on Google Plus. There was a gentleman that commented on my post. It was, I'm sure it was the Google Plus help team. They have a community where you can post problems that you may be having with your Google Plus page or brand pages. And so I posted something there, and this guy, someone had something funny to say, because what it ended up being was, I can't remember what it was, but it had something to do with me being stalked. But I didn't put it that way. I was very descriptive in letting him know such and such and such. But anywho, it may not have even been Google Plus. Now that I think about it, it was no, it wasn't, because why would I put that on the Google Plus help page? It was actually another community that I am a member of, and it just came to my mind. I'm not going to advertise that community, but I had posted something, and somebody Smarty Pants had something to say. I got very graphic with them, because this is my life, and you can't tell me what's going on and not going on in my life, But basically, the crazy card was thrown out, which I take very personal, and, you're not going to, you can say it all you want. And believe me, I throw it over my shoulders like a grain of salt. But the way this person came at it was a little different, and I had to let him know. In the meantime, there was a gentleman who posted something very positive. I am so glad that he posted it from his avatar. He seemed to be a Caucasian dude, and he said blatantly, "You are a targeted." He had a little more than that in it, but he's let me know that I was a targeted individual. I responded back with, "What is a targeted individual?" But he had put more information in there too. I think my response actually was, other people have said that to me, but or we knew something was going on, but we couldn't put our finger on why I'm, targeted, for quote unquote, or for lack of, well, I don't know if I use targeted, I guess is what I'm saying. And, but whatever I said, I let him know that I had, myself and other people had wondered why am I being, perfect word, targeted, And so we didn't know what the name of this was. And he was suggesting that I go to YouTube and look up videos. He may have even put a link on targeting on there. And whoa, my eyes opened up to my life and what is actually happening to me in my life. And so from there, I learned some more things about, my life and stalking and things like that. And the 3 things that I learned was, the 4 things I learned was the goal that I am a targeted individual, because all of the things, all of the definitions, all the videos, this was my life, literally. Everything that they were talking about, the people who did these videos, was what had been happening in my life for the last 2 years. Okay. And I also learned the 4 goals of gang stalkers, group stalkers, and electronic stalkers. They all work together. There is, the 4 goals is to make people think that you're crazy, that you're losing it. Check. Not everyone, but some people, you know how it goes. Make you do something off the wall, like kill someone, to where you'll have to go to prison or something like that. Make sure that you make absolutely no money. Okay, try to stop you from making money at all cost, because if you make money, that's a wrap, and that is my life. I have been fully aware, as I mentioned in another Soup for the Soul. I told my aunt in 2017, I'm just going to call her ain't blank. I said, it seems like every time I get ready to make money or build my businesses back up, something always happens, and this was true, and it is true, or was true. And so, the fourth thing is to have you admitted to a hospital. The total goal, however, is to get rid of you at all costs. You know too much. You're too damn smart. Excuse my language. Whatever the situation is, hating on you to a level of no return. Whatever it is. To try to get your information. In other words, we want to be you. Is how I look at it. We want to get your information. So if we get rid of you, you have a lot of information that a lot of people can use, and a lot of people can start a business or get your business, that kind of, I read far into it. I'm like, oh yeah, okay, got it. I don't blame them. It's stupid, but it's if you guys knew, like they know some of the stuff that I know, then you can understand. As a matter of fact, when I was in the home that I grew up in, having the same problems, my problems with my internet service went to tier 3. I didn't even know it was possible to even have a tier 3, or that any company had a tier 3 in technical support. But I'm telling them stuff. This is how technical I am. And this guy, he said, how do you know all of this stuff? Yeah, wow. He was just amazed. But the regular internet people, AT&T could not help me. Okay. Okay. I knew that. Tier 1, no. Tier 2, they were getting it. Okay. Like, we totally understand that the router is blah, 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 blah. But I went up to tier 3, you guys. Totally baffled. Didn't even know they had a tier 3. But one of those, it wasn't tier 3. I know this because it was just one gentleman that I spoke with in tier 3. But tier 2 or 1, there was a lady that I was telling about issues that I had with being with my business computers being hacked, and certain lingerie company had hired this, that, and the other, and hackers to do this and that because if you did a search on Google, or if you did a search on Yahoo, I was going to say Google Plus. You probably wondered why I said Google that way, but if you did a Google search, or if you did a Yahoo search, my company on lingerie or clubwear, my company under the former name, and I think I mentioned this before, was like number 2 and 3 respectively every time out of 150 plus thousand entries. It actually got up to 162 or something like that entries or whatever, but whatever it was. You guys, that is phenomenal. And the money I was making with my company proved it. I built the website myself. It was I was making it. I really was. Then there's jealousy that came around, and make a long story short, we were totally continuously hacked into. This lady I was telling this to, and I told a gentleman, because I talked to that whole time that I had internet service at the home I grew up in, and during this time before I moved, I think I talked to AT&T probably 13, 14 times, and they came out almost just as many times. I knew something was going on. Okay, I knew I was being hacked. I knew something was not right. This is, I can't even tell you guys right now, because this was like, some years ago, the things that were happening. Okay. But first person I talked to about, well, I talked to other people about it, but the first person that took interest in the website was a gentleman. Talking to him, he just couldn't understand how he, not that he was denying it, not at all. He just was very smart, and he was trying to figure out, why would this company do this to me or my company? And or why am I being hacked into? And you should want to know that, because he was obviously in probably tier 2. And when he went to my website, or the company's website, that's when he said, okay, I get it. He said, I get it. He said, you have some really nice things. You're going to have people trying to hack into your website. The lady, however, that I talked to on the next incident, or the next time I spoke about it, she too was curious, not saying these people wanted to go to my website, but I asked them to go to my website. I knew I had some special things going on. And I asked them to go to my website, and you'll get a very good idea, or even, a better idea of why these things is occurring and kept reoccurring. Why this lingerie company did what they did. I didn't understand it at first, because I was just doing what I love to do. Like I said before, probably on another Soup for the Soul, I know who makes their stuff, or I knew. This has been years ago. It was made in Sri Lanka, and like I said to many people, and many times over, when there was that tsunami in Sri Lanka, I think 2006, I was like, oh my God, who's going to make their stuff? Because their stuff was predominantly made in Sri Lanka, probably all of it, as a matter of fact, except for the wings. I know who makes the wings. So moving right along, so this lady went to the website, and I heard whimpering. Like as if she was crying. And I said, excuse me, are you crying? She said, yes. Because she already believed me, I could tell. She had a compassion for what I was saying verbally. But when she got the visualization, she started crying. And her words after yes. And I said, oh, why are you crying? She said, I've never seen anything like this in my life. And this is my website, you guys. She cried when she saw how impeccable this website was. As a matter of fact, we got solicitations to build a website, which I would never trust in the hands of anyone else, especially not at this rate. Many solicitations to build our website. And I took on one of those companies just to get a good idea of how much it would cost to build my website for the company. And at the time, we're talking 2004. Are you sitting down? We were told, or I was told, 20,000 minimum, on the minimum low end. I was like, okay, thank you very much. But when I got off with them, they got back with me, by the way, to give me that estimate. I said, thank you, Jesus, for the knowledge, because there was no way I could have dished out $20,000 to build my website. I say all that to say this, electronic stalking. I know partially the reason why I'm being stalked, okay? Once you get in my computer, you're in heaven. You're in human data mining heaven. Okay? All right? But I say that to say this right here, okay? Electronic stalking, group stalking, gang stalking. First of all, let me give a brief definition of all of those. There is no such gang that is stalking you, okay? There is, if you're going through this, okay? There is no such, the Crips are not stalking you, okay? The MS 13 or 14? They're not stalking you. What is that other gang? The Crips, the Bloods. The Bloods are not stalking you. The definition of gang stalking is, briefly as I can tell you, is a gang of idiots stalking you, each with its own job of what they're supposed to be doing. And some have the same job. okay, or assignment. Let me say assignment because it's definitely not a job. Let me remember that word, assignment. Some of them have to watch you. If you walk off the premises, they're like here, there's a white vehicle that once they realize that I'm not in my apartment and I'm not back within a certain amount of time, this particular person goes around the premises looking for me. And when they find me, they go back and park where they were and go back into their apartment. I know this because it happens every time. I am not at my apartment. I am not outside my apartment. I am not up at the front. I'm like gone, basically. Where is she? Just to give you an example, okay? She's in the living room. There's a particular person, or more than one actually, that will sit at the bottom or on top of on the stairwell to watch me in my living room and sending the feed because they're watching me over the phone. Group gang stalking. Okay, everyone has an assignment. Group stalking, no different from gang stalking. It's just a different name. Okay, then you have electronic stalking. Electronic stalking is inclusive of the other two. Okay. Now, but however, it doesn't have to be. So you can be electronically stalked by just about anyone, a single individual or a group of individuals or a gang. Okay. So that's the definition of that. But what exactly is electronic stalking? I'm focusing on electronic stalking. Electronic stalking, believe it or not, is stalking you with anything that gives off electricity. Now, back in the day, the two reasons why they get away with it, I'm going to go explain that. But back in the day, this would be you thinking this, and it was true. This would be your electronic faceplate, the ones, your electrical outlet. That's what I meant to say. Your light switch, further on down the road. This was definitely your smoke detector. Maybe a clock, a clock that had a camera in it. I went from there to the pens when the cameras got smaller, the lenses got smaller, pinhole cameras. These cameras were in pens, ink, and this is ink pens that you write with, and all kinds of baseball caps, glasses, or fake shades or whatever, just anything that you can imagine. But it got to the point where those were too widespread. People were catching on. I'm sure this is one of the reasons why the technology changed, coupled along with the fact that the newest cameras can basically see through anything, you guys. Look this stuff up. I am not making this up. Okay. These cameras can see through, oh gosh. I'm just going to, and I'm not here to scare anyone. I'm here to inform. Okay. I am here to inform you guys. I'm not here to scare anyone. Okay. I have to go by what's going on in my life. But I am going to inform people. Okay. This is, these cameras, and I say these cameras because some of them will do this, some of them will not, but they will do enormous amount of things. These are not the cameras you just look through. The camera that's on your cell phone. No. These cameras, the high tech cameras, can see through basically anything. And I'm not saying see like it has eyeballs, but they can penetrate through anything, basically almost anything. Okay, electronics, appliances, which is where I'm going. Okay, walls. They can see through, believe it or not, there are devices that can see through ceramics, that can see through brick. I am not kidding you guys. I know this sounds like some stuff that from Superman, only Superman is supposed to be able to do these things. Well, Superman has been fired. Okay. The cameras can see through these things. And if you're dealing with, when I talk about organized crime, electronic gang, group stalking, organized crime, if you're dealing with entities at the top that have multi-million dollars, money to spend in many evil ways, these cameras cost absolutely nothing to them because they can use them to make money, which is what they're doing. Okay? Electronic stalking. So, I went over the things that are normal from back in the day. And I don't want to say back in the day like I'm talking about the disco era. That kind of back in the day. I'm talking about just years ago. Those cameras were placed and still are, don't get me wrong, bears, nanny cams, you know what I'm talking about. Stuff that became very popular with people. And I'm not saying popular like everyone was using them, but popular like, there's a possibility there may be a camera in this bathroom. You're in a restaurant using the restroom. People became aware too much of the technology. And so technology had to advance. It didn't have to, but it did. And because it did, guess what? Now you can be raped every single day in your kitchen and never be touched. Now you can be raped every day in your bedroom and never be touched in your bathroom. Okay. I'm not talking about your bathroom that may have a radio that's plugged into the wall. No, that's the old technology. The new technology is your microwave, your refrigerator. Because these cameras, the newest technology, can see through multiple materials. Did it ever dawn on you that your microwave is spying on you? Did it ever dawn on you that your handle on your refrigerator is spying on you? And I'm not here to scare anyone. Like I said, I'm here to inform and hopefully make you aware of the possibilities. I don't want anyone to become paranoid behind this because you may not be a victim, but please know you could be. Okay? When you go in your kitchen after taking a shower like I was doing and walking around in the nude and cooking in the nude and doing your hair in the nude in your bathroom with nothing on. And it takes me 3 hours to do my hair, or it took me 3 hours. I remember that one time to do my thick hair, and I have no clothes on. You guys being watched the entire freaking time. When I'm showering and I've got one of my feet up on my bathtub and I am shaving my vagina, how sexy is that? Who wouldn't want to see that? What pervert would not want to see that? And it's not about me. It's about the pervert. What pervert wouldn't want to see that again? What pervert would not go to the ends of the earth to see this woman with this vagina shaving it? I want to see that again. I want instant replay. Maybe we didn't record it right. So what do? We get everyone else involved in it because even though she knows she's going to slip, not. Okay? You guys, please wake up and know that this is not, like I said, I'm not trying to scare anyone, and this is not the technology of old. This is the technology of very much in the future. It's not even the present, as far as I'm concerned. It's the future. This technology is only going to, I can't even see it even getting better than what it is right now. I really can't. That would drive me to another level. I probably would just say, Lord, I'm ready to go. when I found out these things, I said it basically then. I'm ready to go. This is, this is organized crime. This is so easy for them to get away with, which is why they're getting away with it. I'm a maintenance dude. I come in your apartment. I take a couple of screws out of your microwave door panel, put a camera in there, close it up, put the screws back in, and guess what? I can watch you every time you're in the kitchen, because I've already found out from you going in there in the nude anyway that you go in there in the nude. So hey, let's just have a ball and show this to everyone, all of my buddies, everybody. You don't know. And here's the kicker. Even if you knew, they wouldn't give a damn. Excuse my language. Basically, where's your proof? So some of us are getting raped every single day, whether you take your clothes off or not. See, I've got this down to a science. If you guys only knew the method of the madness of my life right now, the things that, even if I post up, the things that you will never know or never see, or if you will find out, I'm going to tell you eventually. I hold nothing back because I want this to stop. I want these people to get arrested. I want to inform people, and that's my job. I've taken on this job, okay? Mine is a job. Theirs is an assignment. This is a job that I am not getting paid for, but happily doing it so that you guys will know, okay? I'm keeping up with technology. I want you guys to keep up with technology, okay? So, when in doubt of what someone is saying, what do? You go do research, right? You go look it up. Go look this stuff up, you guys. I am not joking with you. I am not playing with you. I don't have time to be on anyone's device for 27.14 seconds talking about a bunch of bull crap when I could be talking about something else. And sadly, I wish it was that way. I wish I did not ask to take this on. I did not ask to be spied on either. But trust me, in the end, I'm going to be the winner because it's on, you guys. It's been on. Any idiot that can sit there or stand there and watch a person in the privacy of their domain and not have any freaking conscience whatsoever. Let's pause. Pause for the cause. Did you guys absorb that? Anybody or any idiot, because I don't consider them regular people, trust me. They are scum, like the bottom of my shoes and your shoes and everyone else's shoes. Anyone that can sit there, this is what gets me. You do go to sleep finally after your victim leaves and goes to the computer room. For example, you go to sleep because they're not in their apartment. And when they come back, you're up and refreshed. But the point I'm making is anyone who can sit there and look at you, just even as I'm recording this right here, wink, wink. And while you're doing whatever you're doing. Now, normally when I say whatever, I would say whatever. But guess what? That's not how I say it. And if you've been keeping up with me, you know that's my cue to do my 3 whatevers. Not here. This is a serious topic, you guys. So, your assignment is to go look this stuff up. Look up these cameras. Look up what these cameras are capable of doing, these devices. I know of a company right now, and I've mentioned them before, in the Soup for the Soul or something, that makes plenty of tools, all kinds of tools. They're in all kinds of hardware stores. Yellow and black tools, that's a hint. And they have a device that's out that's $299 unless you find it on sale. Ergonomic, meaning your little fingers or big fingers will go around it, like, all 5 of your fingers. There's a space for them. And on top of this device is a 4x3 camera, maybe a 5x3 camera, 5x4 camera. This device is used to find pins in walls. It's used to find, no, I'm not going to say what it's used for, because it's used for other things other than its original purpose. But the original purpose was so that plumbers, for example, could find pins in walls, leaks, electricians. Oh, yeah, that wire, we got to do something about that without breaking the wall or tearing it down. Thank you, company. I'm not going to say the name. Because you made that device, and it comes from that same technology that I mentioned earlier. Okay? People are using it as well as other devices to do criminal things, criminal activity. Gotta go, you guys. Just look this stuff up. So the 2 things that I never talked about the 2 reasons. Okay, the 2 reasons why they're getting away with this is because, and I'm going to make this very brief because it's 31 minutes. Very informative, though. It's because it's the unbelievable truth. You go tell someone it's something in your microwave that's watching you. Guess how many people are going to look at you like you have totally lost it? You know what? Just as many that have looked at me. Okay? And I hadn't even mentioned the microwave and the refrigerator. Okay? Hint, hint, wink, wink. Although I know, even from my other apartment. The other reason is that they can get away with this is because of everything I've said. It's in your appliances. Okay? In your kitchen. It's in places that you would never think or look. That the police would never think or look. An investigator would never think or look. Because they're basing their investigation on the old technology, not the new. There's nothing there. I will say this before I go. They are still using like the smoke detectors. So please don't think that because that technology is an older technology that they're not using it. Yes, they are. As a matter of fact, I have 4 smoke detectors. I don't think I ever told anyone this or did a Soup for the Soul on it or the Blue Cup in the Attic. You know what? I said the Soup for the Soul, but this is actually the Blue Cup in the Attic. Okay, so this will be on the Blue Cup in the Attic. But check it out. You guys, there were 2 of my 4 smoke detectors. The one in the living room and the one in the guest bedroom, for which I had made out of an office. I made it out of an office. The 2 areas that I was in the most, I was not even in my bedroom the most. As a matter of fact, it took me a while to decide which one of those rooms was going to be my bedroom and which one was going to be the office. That literally took me over a month. Because I'm like, okay, this one has a bathroom in it, but this one doesn't. And, I'm about working. Okay. Seriously. So sleep is secondary to me. Okay. So, I had to make that decision. But anywho, 2 of those smoke detectors, every time I look up at them, no joke, every single time I would look up at either of those smoke detectors, the red light would flash. Something that some of you sadly would not even pay attention to. or say, oh, that's weird. Okay, moving right along. No, 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 no. Every time you look at your smoke detector, it is not supposed to flash. I mean, that's just common sense, right? This is Kimmy Wyatt. Thank you for joining this Sue for the Soul, which is actually a Blue Cup in the Blue Cup in the Attic. But I do Sue for the Souls on the Blue Cup in the Attic as well. So I got to decide where I'm going to post. It's the Blue Cup in the Attic, but I think I'm actually thinking here. Some of my Sue for the Souls are the Blue Cup in the Attic, but either way, you'll see it. You'll see the video. Okay? Smooches, hasta la vista, buenas tardes, buenas noches, arrivederci, au revoir, salida. Don't let the doorknob hit you where the good Lord split you. Ciao Bella, ciao Bello, bye, smooches, and bye.